4 years ago, on the 30th of January 2021, it began. A simple hardcore world with the only goal being to survive. And boy, did I survive. As the weeks and months progressed, this series went from surviving to thriving, completing massive projects that very few players have ever done. And today, it all ends. On day 10,000, as you all know, I will jump into the void and say goodbye. So, with 129 days remaining, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy this video. And I also happen to be 10,000 days old in real life today as well, because I was born on the 11th of November 1997. So I thought surviving 10,000 days in real life on the same day as 10,000 days in Minecraft was just pretty cool and kind of poetic. And I've also got an active nuke loaded and ready to go, which I will set off on day 9,999. So there's a lot to get through, but first, I am a liar. I made a promise, and I have broken it. You see, when I was trapped at the world border, I returned home using a pig cannon. And I said this to the pig that got me home. Come on then, buddy. You can come through. Pig, I will return. And 9 months later, he's still there. So let's fly across the nether for a journey of over 30,000 blocks to this very specific portal. And on the other side, there he is. Mate, I am so sorry. Here's a carrot, and let's get you through this portal and get you home. Yeah, this is going to take quite a bit of time. Hey Siri, if a Minecraft player is sprint jumping, how fast do they move? I'm so close now. Pig, do not fall down this hole. What a disaster that would be. A boat is much safer. And with that, I can leave him to live right here in my house. And that is a real weight off my conscience. I'm hoping that this is slightly better than having to swim for 24 hours a day. And you guys know by now that every 1,000 days, I release a poster. I have the entire collection on my wall, and now the collection is complete. Yes, this is the 10,000 days poster. And it's in my art gallery in my world as well. I have personally signed every single one of them by hand. And this one is special because the 10,000 is an actual metallic gold. It's so cool. You can get it as a poster. You can get it as a framed poster. Or you can get it as a fancy wooden photo panel, also signed by me. I just love the design as the sun sets on the end of my hardcore world. And alongside that, I'm also releasing a 10,000 days sticker pack with 11 stickers on it, which I absolutely love. You can stick them on the poster, on your PC or your phone, wherever you want. And do you like my t-shirt? Well, you can buy one too. I can wear this because I have actually survived 10,000 days in real life. But on the product page, you can set it to any number that you like. And it will then be custom made to say that amount. Maybe you've been alive for 5,702 days. Or 18,658, I don't know. But whatever number you set is the number that gets printed on your t-shirt. And there's also a version where it just says the amount of days, because maybe you want a t-shirt to reflect how many days you've survived in your Minecraft world. Yeah, I'm really proud of all of this merch. I hope you guys love it too. It's on sp77.store. Go ahead and check it out and get your piece of SP737 history. And now, back to the task in hand. I always say that I've collected every single block in Minecraft. And up to 1.20, that is the case. Also, it appears that the sniff reg that I had in the collection has now hatched into a baby snifflet. I guess that's one block that I can't permanently get. But yeah, since 1.20, we've had the Tricky Trials update and also the Pale Garden one. Meaning that I'm missing all of the blocks added in those updates. So, I'd better get to work and get busy collecting all 53 new blocks that I need. And that is All of them. Unfortunately, I can't add the trial vaults, the trial spawners, or the ominous versions of those because they're not obtainable in survival, but that now means that I have every single block in Minecraft. Wait a minute. Whilst I was collecting those, Minecraft have literally just released the Spring to Life drop, which literally adds all of these blocks and items. Thankfully, I don't have to get the maps or the eggs, and these 5 test blocks are creative only, meaning I've actually only got to go and get 7 new things. So, I'd better get my world updated, fly far, far away to brand new chunks, and begin the search for the brand new blocks. Hang on a minute, I've spotted something through the trees. It's a brand new pig. Just look at him. It looks very, very cool. It would be cool to try and take him home, but I'm about 40,000 blocks away. I'm not trying that right now. But I have also found the brand new cows. They look more like Highland cattle that you'd get in the Scottish land. Yeah, Scottish is the only word I can say in a Scottish accent, I think. And I found some wolves. I believe it's 9 different personalities that a wolf can have. And it gives them more, like, that's a brand new sound. That's a bark that I've not heard before. And look at this. I found the new chickens. They actually come with hair now. My goodness, I wish I had a hairstyle like that. I'm currently just waiting patiently. I'm hoping that one of these lays an egg. There we go. One just laid it. In fact, we've got 2 eggs. And look at this. These are the blue eggs from the cold chickens. They work just like normal eggs, but if they actually spawned a baby chick, then it would spawn a cold chicken no matter the biome. So that's pretty cool. We found all of the new cold mobs, but I'm actually here looking for the new placeable stuff, not the items. Also, the wolves have 6 different sound variants, not 9. I don't know where I pulled that number from. Probably the same place as that blue egg came from. Anyway, we are going to have to find somewhere a bit warmer. A desert would be ideal. Or this biome. This biome could be just what I need because, yep, it does indeed have bushes, which you can pick up with Silk Touch. So there we go. Straight away, we've got one of the new items. And another new item is firefly bushes, which apparently can generate near rivers, and they're apparently a lot more common in swamps. Leaf litter. Look at this. It's everywhere. It's so easy to pick up loads of it very, very fast as well. And I have found them. Oh, they look so beautiful. Just look at them. And apparently when it's dark, that's when fireflies appear around them. We finally got fireflies in Minecraft. Not how we initially expected them, but I'm not complaining. Also, leaf litter is like one of the best fuel sources ever because you can just get so much of it ridiculously quickly. Like, I've already got over 100 and each one will smelt half an item. Not bad at all. Anyway, that is 3 of the items out of the way. And I've found the 4th one. It's a little rarer than leaf litters, but again, it looks beautiful. They have really improved a lot of biomes without really adding a lot of stuff. They've just kind of made it feel a little bit nicer with stuff like the wildflowers, the firefly bushes, and the leaf litter. It just adds a bit more variance. Are we going to get fireflies now from this, by the way? We are! Oh, they generate well far away as well. I didn't expect that. It's actually beautiful. I want to get loads of these, I've decided. Imagine if you had 100 of them in a row. Oh, it's going to be amazing in a swamp. But yeah, hundreds of them together, I bet it looks amazing. And in a swamp where they're quite a bit more common, yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. By the way, Mr. Frog, don't eat the fireflies. Apparently, you will die. That's why they wouldn't add them initially. Anyway, 4 out of the 7 items have been obtained, and the final 3 are going to be found in a desert. So that is what the new hunt is for. Oh, and by the way, we're actually going to find some more new mob variants in an acacia biome. Look at this. The red cows. They're not called that. I think are they called the warm cows? I'd rather call you the hot cows. You kind of remind me of steak. Well, I guess that would make sense. But yeah, loads of new cows, new pigs. Yep, these are the warm pigs. And new chickens. With way less hair. I'm also not going to sit and wait for you to lay an egg like I did with the other guy. It took forever. And to be perfectly honest with you, I've got way more important things to be doing. Like hunting for a desert. Fallen trees are another new feature that's been added. They've only been in Bedrock for about 5 or 6 years. In fact, I've just researched it. It's been in Bedrock for nearly 11 years. That's absolutely crazy. It's about time Java caught up, isn't it? Hey, look at this. Found a lodestone in a room portal. That's another new thing. Lodestones are now way more common. And you can now craft them with 8 chisel stone bricks and an iron ingot. Yeah, slightly cheaper than the netherite ingot that it used to be. I'm going to be honest, I thought this biome had been removed in the update because I could not find it for the life of me, but that's all changed now. Camels now spawn anywhere in a desert, and look at this. Tall dry grass and short dry grass. 2 more new items, which means there's only one thing left in this update for me. It's not found in a desert pyramid, but we're going to check one out anyway. Oh, do you reckon we do something exciting? I'm going to jump down, land on the pressure plate, and try and get out before it blows up. Here we go. There's diamonds. There's no notch apple. Whoop! We made it! That was more dangerous than it needed to be. And I completely wasted 2 diamonds as well. But hey, who cares? Diamonds for peasants and all that good stuff. I'm more bothered about the cactus flower. Yep, this is the final new thing, which can be pretty much placed on anything with central support, and it's pretty cute. It's a fairly minor feature, but it does just bring the desert to life that little bit more. With all of that out of the way, I'm going to build the nether portal, go above the nether, and fly on over to the block collection to add the final things. And there we have it. It's done. A complete blocked collection with a sniffer. Yeah, you can't beat that. And one other feature that I want to make use of is now, when the creakin spawns in here, if you name tag him, even when you then make it daytime, he now doesn't despawn. He's going to stay in there forever, which is perfect for my mob collection. I'm also not going to add the new variants of mobs to this collection because there's so many variants of other mobs that I've not added. Like, I don't have every axolotl or every kind of fish or every colored sheep, although I guess in a way you are every colored sheep. But you get the point. This isn't a collection of every mob variant. It's a collection of every mob. And pretty much the final noticeable difference from this new update is that it has broken one of the first farms that I ever built. You see, if I now go ahead and upset the pigs, now when they die, even though they're angry at me, they are not going to drop XP. The only way they'll drop XP is if the player hits them. So now that I'm punching, I'm technically getting a little bit of XP, but it's kind of rubbish. So it's kind of fitting that one of my first ever farms that's been with me for nearly 10,000 days was broken right at the end. There are other ways that are better now to make gold farms that still get you XP. But realistically, I should probably just build an XP farm in my base. They're so easy to make now. And I basically have no use for this concrete converter, so let's get rid of it. And instead, grab some armadillos, as well as a few simple items. And then I can build a very simple armadillo XP farm that I can easily use whenever I want. The armadillos are now in, and the redstone is done. So all I'm missing is a mob that's going to permanently scare them. And the new XP farm is now done. Unfortunately, I've successfully created a bit of a silverfish infestation. They're all escaping because I'm an idiot and I let them all escape through stairs gaps. That's been changed to blocks now, so they're not going anywhere. And this farm will let me mend any of my items pretty quickly from the comfort of my own base. Well, I suppose I can use it for the next 100 days anyway, not much past that. But on the plus side, it's a lot better than what was there before. Now, one issue that I've run into recently is that in my ender chest, I always had a red shulker box full of treasure, and I've lost it. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know what I've done with it. All that I do know is that it went missing partway through building all of these mobs, but I can't find it on top of any of them. I can't find it near it. I really have no idea. There's no footage showing me losing it. Who knows? I am actually releasing the download link to my world to the public, so if anyone tracks it down, I'd be pretty impressed. But in the meantime, this is roughly the loot that it had in it, so I'd like to replenish as many of those items as I can. I can't be known as one of the richest players in Minecraft if I've lost all my treasure, so let's get collecting, starting off with diamonds. I had 9 blocks and 52 on their own before, so this time my goal is to get 20 diamond blocks. And I'm already in an absolutely fantastic cave for it, and I've already found quite a few. Well, by quite a few, enough to make 1 diamond block, which means there's just another 19 to go. And you may be asking, SB, if you're going to jump in the void and blow up your world, why are you bothered about things like this? Because everything's going to end and be lost anyway. And to that I say, I've got 2 answers. First of all, I quite enjoy going mining. And since this is my last 100 days in the world, I might as well do the things I enjoy. And secondly, because I'm going to be releasing the world download to the public, that means that you guys will be able to continue the world on yourself past day 10,000. So I want to leave the world in the best condition possible because the download will be from just before I blow everything up. In the meantime, we're now up to 5 blocks with just 15 to go. Although it seems to be the case that the only place I've found loads of diamonds is underwater. For everywhere else, they've been a little bit more scarce. Although having said that, I've literally just found another one right there. And with that, I'm up to 10 blocks, which means I'm halfway there and I can just crack on grabbing the rest. I think I've come across a deep dark. I've got all sorts of skulk particles. Yep, we're inside a deep dark biome, which can often be great for finding diamonds because you reveal a lot of blocks very quickly, and diamonds generate more commonly when they're not exposed to air. So mining skulk is basically like a faster version of strip mining. It's very, very handy, and hopefully it really speeds things up in my search for diamonds. So coming in this direction seems to move away from the biome. But you see, we just got 1 diamond there, whereas before when I exposed the vein by mining the skulk, we got about 7 or 8, which was way more. Found some more by mining skulk, which brings me up to 15 blocks, and I'm sure the remaining 5 won't take too long. And there we have it. I think I've just got enough from that little vein there to get all 20 blocks. And with that out of the way, I think it's now best that I leave this caving system through the nether. That's going to be a little bit quicker. And rather than flying all the way home, I'd quite like to replenish my stock of ancient debris. That should be pretty straightforward. All I've got to do is run along and strip mine and find ancient debris. Just like, it's not normally that easy, is it? Is it just 2 pieces? Yeah. And I don't know exactly how many I'm going to find, but before I had 24 pieces of netherite scrap and 9 ancient debris. So if I can come away with 32 pieces, I'll be pretty happy. Although I'm probably just going to keep coming across these tunnels that I've blown up, which is not going to be the best place for me to find ancient debris, because I will have already mined it. I've successfully found a 3rd piece. And remember what I said about these tunnels not having any that I've missed? Well, that's apparently a lie. I don't know how I missed that one. Okay, I've even been down this tunnel. These are all literally in plain sight. And what? There's another one up there? It's like I blasted this tunnel, but then never came through it. Yeah, for some reason, I don't think I explored it because there's ancient debris everywhere. Well, that really is a positive, isn't it? Well, it would be if I hadn't just reached the end of the tunnel. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess it was nice whilst it lasted. I'm also going to go and head the other way because there might be some that I missed in that direction. There's also one that I missed up there. I've spotted another one up here. I think the 32 ancient debris is actually quite doable. It's a triple as well. That's the most satisfying thing ever. Oh, and there's plenty more where that came from. Oh, would you look at this? Unignited TNT. It's amazing what mysteries are lurking in SP737's world. And it means we're getting loads more of this. Look at this. I've come across where I unleashed the Infinibore, which blasted out a crazy, crazy area. And you never know, there might be a few extra pieces lurking that I left. In fact, I could even test to see if the Infinibore still works. Last time I used it, I made a tunnel over 4,000 blocks long. So if in theory, I add loads of iron nuggets into this dropper, and that means it'll run 32 payloads, which is 192 blocks each, making a tunnel 6,144 blocks long, because that's what 32 times 192 is. Next, we need to fly all the way across here so that the Infinibore is at the edge of my render distance. My render distance is set to 16, so is my simulation distance. And then we wait patiently. Whilst in the distance, the machine is doing its thing. And by my calculations, the machine's going to take about 25 days. I've left it a couple of days longer than I meant to, just to make sure that the machine has definitely finished. And right here, we're not really going to notice anything new, because it was all already blown up at this point. If I'm going to be mining it, I really should have activated my mob switch. Completely forgot about that. But we are now in brand new chunks with brand new ancient debris. And so this is where I can get very, very rich very, very quickly. It's crazy how OP this machine is. The way it works is it sends loads of TNT with momentum into lazy chunks, and then they get propelled forward through the terrain. And once you fly out and load these chunks, the TNT blows up. It is so satisfying to look around. I mean, just look at all the ancient debris that is there ready to be mined. It's very, very cool. I could probably very easily build the world's largest netherite beacon with this machine, but if I did do that, then it wouldn't be in this world. I think at this point, I've probably got enough. I know that there's loads and loads of it dotted about. I've got... Okay, let's go for 100 pieces. You know, okay, let's not... That would be awkward if I just died to these guys. But yeah, I'll get 100 pieces, and then I'll call it a day. And there we go. 100 pieces of ancient debris, and for good measure, I'll get 101. I know that I've left absolutely loads of it behind, but it'll be there in the world download for you guys to mine up if you choose to continue the world. And speaking of a world download, I haven't forgotten about you people on Bedrock. There will be a world download coming for that platform as well. It just takes a little bit longer for it to be converted and for Microsoft to approve it. The valuable shulker blocks is improving pretty quickly, but it's time to speed things up. Netherite ingots are going to go in, and gold, as well as emeralds, are things that I already have lots of. Lapis I can very easily trade for. As for Nautilus shells, well, don't worry about that, because I have a ridiculously fast drowned farm, which gets me stacks and stacks of Nautilus shells. Wither skulls and diamond ore are easy, plus I've already got loads of deep slate diamond in a chest. My beacon farm will be perfect for the nether stars and beacons. Next on the list is a netherite upgrade. I don't think I have any in stock, so it is now Operation Find a Brand New Bastion. I think I'm now far away enough to be at 1 in new chunks. I'm definitely going to want to equip a chest plate. Bastions are kind of the one place that I always nearly die. So why I'm going in again? Who knows, but bring it on, guys. Okay, we're good. Only half up. Mate, stop stabbing me in the back. We're good, we're good, we're good. No netherite upgrade. No netherite upgrade. What about you guys? Okay, now it's getting a little hairy. Okay, let's just get rid of you. Not being shot in. 2 heart. 1 heart. Half a heart. Half a heart. No, okay, speak. Use it. Why am I using ender chest to build with? What's going on? Use it. Nice, SB, use a totem because you missed your block clutch. Well, that went well. I'll put a spare one in my inventory just in case. And then we go again. This time I'm a bit more confident, mainly because I've got the right blocks in my hands, because I can just go like that. There we go. They're not that smart, the piglins. And then, see you later. I don't think there's any more up here. We sadly didn't get any netherite upgrades. I can't get my ender chest back. At least I'm going to try to. And there is another chest, usually somewhere. There we go. I couldn't see it. Somewhere in the middle with pig step. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure every... Okay, well, I was going to say it has a 10% chance to have another upgrade in it. We've now got one. Which means I don't technically... Excuse me, sir. I don't technically need to stay here. But there is a chance of another one. You just never know. So I'll have a quick browse of the chests in the area. Yeah, there's nothing there. That is now all of them. It's another item checked off the list. And for some reason, one of them is Eyes of Ender. I don't even know why I have them in this shulker, but now I've got them in both. And I'm next missing Ominous Keys, Notch Apples, and Heavy Cores. Incidentally, all found at the same place. Also, I kind of feel like it's going to take a lot of effort to get back home. So I'm just going to go back above the nether. Home sweet home. I can repair all of my stuff at my newest XP farm. And when it comes to Ominous Keys, I just simply have to drink a bottle, jump in this minecart, and let this entire farm do its thing. Well, it would do its thing if somebody hadn't carelessly built a big iron beacon in the way. I wonder who could possibly have done that. This farm also actually spans across 2 trial chambers, connected by portals. This gets me a nice little supply of keys into this chest. And if I use the farm enough times, I'll have enough keys for all the heavy cores and all of the notch apples needed to replenish that shulker box. And at this point, I think it's been long enough. I've been going round and round and round for a long time. And on top of the 11 keys, which I have right here, I've also got a grand total of 25 ominous. We've also, okay, we're a little bit low on space. We might have more ominous keys than we realize. I'm up to 39. Fantastic. And that's just in this chamber. If we fly across here, I've got another 9. Okay, something tells me this didn't work as well. I'm not sure why it was so terrible, but the world is ending, so who cares? Surely, with 48 keys, I'll be able to get at least 1 heavy core, and these are all ready to use again, so I might as well run round and activate them. Perfect. All that for 1 more key. Now, to fly far away, use the pie chart to find a trial chambers, just like that, and then I can hunt down the heavy cores. And get notch apples instead. Well, I do need about 10 of them, so I'm certainly not gonna complain. Also, getting around trial chambers using elytra is so much faster than any other method. It's a little dangerous, but with a totem, there's not a lot that can go wrong. What it does mean, though, is that you do go through firework rockets pretty quickly. Another notch apple, let's go. That's notch apple number 3. Still not got the heavy core. And another reason that I really do want a heavy core is because it's not actually in my block collection. I forgot to get that one. Yeah, so it's not just a case of getting... Okay, well, that was stupid. It wasn't SP. Don't die now. They're shooting at me. It's not just a case of getting a heavy core so that I have some in a valuable shulker box. No, I literally need it for the block collection. This place has now been fully searched, and so I can keep flying far away until I find another trial chambers. According to my calculations, there's a trial chambers right about here. And that day counter is just getting closer and closer and closer to 10,000. So I'm kind of glad that I'm doing the things that I enjoy. Mining for netherite, mining diamonds, searching trial chambers. Yeah, gathering OP loot is definitely my favorite Minecraft pastime. And I guess I do kind of like building farms as well. You know this is the newest trial chambers when it has the dripstone trap in it. Yeah, that's not going to work on me. There we have it. We've got the heavy core. Guys, please step away from the premises. Who'd have thought that a penguin would be so cold in snow? Not me. Anyway, let's grab that heavy core. Okay, let's also crash into a wall. Calm it down, SB. Get excited. This is certainly an episode for using more totems than usual. Might as well, though. It's not like I've exactly got anything else to use them for. This place is also now officially fully searched. That's my second totem for no reason. Yeah, I'm a little bit reckless with the elytra. If I had to be careful, I would be. But because Minecraft decided to add totems, I don't. And would you look at that? It's more of the new mobs. I definitely really love them. Even though they've just basically added the same mob with a different texture, it just makes the game feel so much more alive. Like, the chickens, look at them. Although, hey, we've got eggs galore, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take these home. You never know. They might hatch. And then I'll have an army of blue chickens. Anyway, let's not get distracted, because I've still got quite a lot of keys that I want to get through. No way! A pink sheep! Guys, I'm telling you now, I'm pretty sure the rarity of the pink sheep is exactly the same as it has always been. Like, the other colored sheep are more common. No! Oh, no. Wait. No! What am I going to do? I either kill the wolf or I kill the sheep. Don't. If I tame him, I can stop this from happening. That's it. Go in that direction. Leave the sheep alone. You know how... No, he's going for it. All right, well, you might want to kill it. Not if I kill it first. Yeah, that's right. It's the circle of life. I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to attack the wolf. We got a nut chapel. We got the 4th one. Perfect. Don't know how many I'm going for, but I always say the more the merrier. That's nut chapel number 5. And a random dungeon attached to this with nothing exciting. That right there is a 6th one. And a 7th too. Heavy core number 2, fantastic. And an 8th nut chapel. And now a 9th one. And I think I've once again finished searching. Oh, lucky guys, yeah, nice try. But yeah, I've finished searching this place. So I'm going to build a portal and land right in a treasure bastion. Are you kidding? Have I been here before? A treasure bastion that I've definitely been in before because there's no gold here. That was like one of those crazy speedrunner moments for a second, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm about 2,000 blocks from home, so there's not really any point me going above the nether. I just keep flying past bastions that I've already looted. Yeah, I think I've pretty much killed everyone here as well, except for that guy. Well, it's not like me to leave a job half done. Home sweet home. And now, come on. Blue egg. Don't let me down. You're going to smack a pig in the face. All right, we've got one chance left. And we didn't get a chicken from it. Oh, well, it was worth a try. The shulker box is now looking a lot healthier. Apparently, for some reason, I had copper in my rare shulker box. I don't know why, but let's add it in anyway. There wasn't any iron blocks, but I'm going to put them there. There was actually 2 stacks of lapis lazuli. And emerald ore. Emerald ore, which I've got loads of. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've finished the valuable shulker box. It's actually got more stuff in it now than it did before I lost it, so that's a big positive. And there was actually another feature added to the Spring to Life update that I forgot to mention. And for someone like me that absolutely loves farms, it's a massive one. I can't believe that I forgot about it. So I'll tell you about it in a second. In fact, it's kind of 2 features in one. First of all, I need to get this heavy core into the block collection. It was actually one of the 53 blocks in my list, and I checked it off. I just completely forgot to actually put it down. But it's done now, so I officially do have every single block in my collection. Also, not quite sure why SB737 from the past put an end crystal in as a block. Doesn't really count, but you know what? We're not going to argue. Anyway, let's focus on this major new thing they've added, which has gone under the radar, really. Even I forgot to mention it, but that is actually pretty game-changing. So the first part of it is less game-changing, but still pretty important. Traditional chunk loaders that work by repeatedly sending something through a portal over and over again to keep chunks loaded have now changed their functionality. So if I fly away, that chunk loader is still loading all of the shulkers, so no mobs are going to spawn in anywhere, including my farms. But in the past, if I reloaded the world, it would unload the chunk loader and then mobs would be able to spawn. But now, the chunk loader is staying active, which is pretty handy because if you have a farm running with a chunk loader, you don't have to go all the way over to it to reactivate it every time you reload the world. So that's the minor thing they've changed. The major thing they've changed is how things grow. Now, in the past, if you planted a load of crops, they would only grow when the player is within 8 chunks. But now, even if the player is nowhere near, as long as these chunks are loaded, even with something like an ender pearl in a stasis chamber, which is keeping this chunk loaded even when I'm not in the area, yes, they will still grow. It's huge, especially when you consider the fact that something like netherwort, which can't be bone mealed, will now grow even when you're not in the area. It means I don't have to build every single farm I've got right by my house. As far as I'm aware, it works for almost anything that would receive random ticks. So it works for ice spreading. It works for amethyst, which is huge because it means you don't have to build the farm under your base. You can just chunk load it anywhere and it will infinitely be getting you amethyst. It works for mud being turned into clay by dripstone. You don't need a player nearby. And the big one, which I'm not really sure about if it works or not, is turtle eggs. Turtle eggs are so annoying because you have to be near them at 3 AM for them to hatch. So I'm going to put it to the test. Right by this chunk loader, which I'm never going to go anywhere near, I'm going to place a turtle egg. For safety purposes, I'll put blocks on all sides, and then I'll leave it to hatch. Even if it just cracks a little whilst I'm nowhere near it, it means that it works, and it's going to be huge for scoop farms. And you know what? To test it even further, I'm even going to try it when I'm in another dimension. So whilst I wait in said different dimension, I'm going to turn off the chunk loader that's loading the mob switch. And I'm going to spend a bit of time at this froglight farm, just because I think it's a really cool farm. And I don't really take advantage enough of frog. You can't actually see anything down there, but yeah, I don't really use frog lights enough. So, first things first, there are loads and loads of frog lights here. I might as well grab a nice selection. And whilst that is nice, I'm more bothered about something else. Have the turtle eggs hatched? Do turtle eggs hatch when the player is not nearby? Can you imagine if I get to the turtle egg and that's not hatched, and I go to the crops and they've not grown? I'd just completely assume that I've been lied to. Okay, this is the moment of truth. The egg... Okay, it's cracked. It's hatching. That's actually working, guys. I reckon if I leave it longer, it will eventually hatch. That's pretty far along. And I think on average, a turtle egg takes 10 days to hatch. It hadn't even been that long, so that's brilliant. And now for the other question I had. Have they grown? They have grown. The wheat has grown. The update is true. They didn't lie to me. Things now happen when there's chunk loaders. You don't have to be near. This is going to be so good on servers as well, because it means you can leave crops growing, turtle eggs hatching, ice forming, and all sorts of things like that, and log off, because as long as there's a chunk loader running them, they'll be working. Anyway, now to the task in hand. It kind of really annoys me what the terrain is like in this area. These corners should have snow layers on them to look nicer. And this ground around here is next to some very cool machines. As you can see, these guys are sending out a load of healing pots that are landing on this guy that's attacking himself. I mean, what's not to love about that? Well, unless you're this guy just constantly taking damage. Yeah, I want to make all of these rare mobs be in a nice area. Like, why is there a beacon there? It doesn't need to be there. There should be snow on here. This terrain here needs to be dug out to look nicer. So there's a lot of terrain repairs to be done. Let's also put this guy out of his misery. Out of his misery wasn't quite the right word. We're not killing him. He's now just not going to be attacking himself. But yeah, fixing this terrain and making it look much, much nicer is definitely the next thing that I want to sort. This would also be a perfect thing to do a time-lapse for, but because 1.21.5 has literally only just come out, there's no mods available that can record replay. So yeah, I'm kind of going to struggle to do any time-lapses. And that is the terrain now completely fixed. I think it looks so much better, but at this point I need to address the next issue, which is the fact that you can just see all of this ugly stone in the area. It needs to be covered by snow. Also, why I've got these random towers of wool lurking around, I've no idea. I do remember what they're from. They're from when I got that Ravager in there that was attacking itself, but I don't know why I've waited so long to get rid of them all, or why I use something annoying to mine like red wool. So anyway, if I want to solve this problem, I need to grab a load of snow layers from my base, although there's not a lot there. There's a lot of snow, though, that can be turned into layers, though. So I'll grab a bunch of them. I also think that this headless piston that I've got is just a little bit ugly. If I place this here, does anything update it? I guess if I mine it, yeah, it's a piston. I could have depowered it. Now it's a normal piston, but yeah, I think it's ugly. I have headless pistons elsewhere in my world. In fact, I have an entire building dedicated to really rare blocks, and the headless piston is one of them. So having a random one over there, yeah, it was kind of pointless. Anyway, I'm going to continue placing down loads of snow. This is the kind of thing that if I could do a time-lapse for, then it would be perfect. But why is there a hole here? What is down this hole? Does anybody remember what this is? I feel like I should know. Why does it go down so far as well? The answer is... there's nothing. There's literally nothing down there. I think it's to get an advancement. I jumped from the top of the world all the way to the bottom of the world. That's the only thinking, but I should at the very least be plugging them holes up. That is this corner looking much... Actually, how are we going to do this without the glowstone ruining everything? I think maybe in this instance, blocks of snow will be necessary. Now to sort the other four corners out. That's all looking much better. And now to cover this entire area. Yeah, filling all of this in is a little less straightforward. This was bound to happen. I'm in the unfortunate situation where I've run out of snow. Don't worry though, because as you would expect, I've got a farm for that. The only issue is the shovel isn't there. I'll be honest, I can't really for the life of me remember where I actually put the shovels either. So I'll grab a diamond, a couple of sticks, and a netherite ingot. Might as well do something with them. Then I can make a shovel, make another netherite upgrade to get that. And thanks to buying a few books at the trading hall, I can make this, which means I can collect more snow and continue adding it to this area. And that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to do. But how much better does my world look now? That part just looks so much nicer. I mean, maybe it looks a little too white and snowed over. I don't know, probably some trees needed, but I'm not going too deep. If you download my world and continue it, you can spruce it up a bit and add some spruce trees. There's also a few little bits here and there that just need some snow adding. And then I just have a bunch of little odd jobs that need doing, such as placing glass blocks above my pathways so that they don't get covered in snow. I also need to grab sharpness 5 and put it on my axe. I don't know how that one slipped through the radar. And I don't know if anybody's ever noticed this, but why is there no fence and wall on this part of my house? Tell me that, guys. I really have no clue. But it's fixed now. See that beacon? I once set it up so it would change colour, but at some point the redstone clock broke, so now I've fixed it. Doesn't that look way, way better? I did kind of want to fix all the destruction that the escaped wither did down here, but we haven't really got time for that. It's day 9999, which can mean only one thing. Yes, it is time to set off the nuke that I set up in the last video. Just pushing that button will do it. If you want to know how it works, check out the previous episode. But basically, the control panel that was over there controls this massive orbital strike cannon, which will direct a huge nuke over this world, because we are going out with a bang. So the world download will be in this state before it's blown up, and I can get this nuke going. Now, I'm not a monster. I'm going to move all of my dogs away. They should be safe all the way over here. And you know what? The parrot, the pig, and the goat are going to be moved to safety as well. I think it's only fair. I mean, poor runner is runner 2.0, so the first runner, yeah, he did survive. That's a whole nother story. I accidentally killed the first parrot. I ain't killing the second one. And as for the Enderman, well, I reckon you guys can survive. And the same goes for the creeper and the ocelot too. You guys were never really invited here anyway. I also, before activating the nuke, I'm going to build a portal all the way up here. This is so that I can watch the blast. And now for the big moment. The coordinates are set. Once I push this button, the nuke will be loaded and begin firing. There's no going back once I push this button. I can't undo it. The TNT will be there and everything gets blown up. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. It's done. It's sending the signal. There's no going back now, guys. If we hear a ding, we know that the machine has heard it. There we go. That was the ding. It's working. It's connected. Here we go, guys. The nuke is loading. The nuke is loading. My world is getting blown up as we speak. Well, the TNT's not going off, but the TNT is being sent above it to blow it up. The flashing stopped, and we heard the ding. The pizza's ready, and the world is about to get fried. So I'm going to head through this portal and then go through this one all the way up here. And I got to remind you, the moment I step through this portal, the fireworks are going to go off. The whole world is going to be blasted to smithereens. It may even lag a lot. Here we go. Where's the TNT? What on earth just happened? What? No way. I got brought into the blast because of my stasis chamber. There was so much TNT to blow up that it didn't even show it all blast. Oh my goodness. SB737's hardcore world completely destroyed. And hey, the Enderman survived. You can survive a nuke, but you can't survive SB737. Wow. Just look at the destruction. And as the sun rises, it is now day 10,000 in my hardcore world, which means that there is only one thing left to do.